state of the SABC would be incomplete without the mention of one Hlaudi Motsoeneng. Now, the controversial former Chief Operations Officer of the SABC is widely blamed for the current financial crisis that the public broadcaster finds itself in. And there are, of course, many allegations, some of mismanagement, irregular appointments, poor management decisions, and all of these having characterized his tenure as Chief Operations Officer here at the SABC. And before we speak to Mr. Motsoeneng, just a quick snippet of some of the things that he said that brought him here today to have his say.
People have been tempting us to say we have been doing wrong stuff at the SABC. And I can assure you today, I still believe that we did what we were supposed to do. Even if I was there now, I will do the same thing. If I go back to the SABC, I will be worse. Because I believe in radical transformation. And what we have been implementing with the previous boards is to make sure that SABC, we deal with local content.
Well, Mr. Hlaudi Motsoeneng is here with me this morning. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you very much, Sakina. I'm very glad, especially when you play this clip, local content.
So,
I'm very happy.
You say in that clip that you wouldn't change a thing. Do you still stand by that?
I still stand by that. And I just want to put issues clear here. I know that people have been saying Hlaudi problems at the SABC caused these problems. You see, the reality is there are two issues here, two legs. The first leg is governance issues. And when you talk about governance issues, you talk about your irregular appointments that you are referring to, or any issues that affects governance issues. And you also talk about fruitless expenditure. So let me deal with this governance issues at the SABC. You see, all these people who are blaming Hlaudi, including the SIU, there is no evidence that I have appointed people irregular. There is nothing, none. The SIU and SABC, they have been grandstanding. The issue here is, I'm in court today. I said I can't plead because there is no evidence. One of the worst example, they said I dismissed Phumelela Nzimande. You know, when I came here at the SABC, Phumelela Nzimande was released by the previous boards. The same with Charlotte Mampane. Where I get in, because I was not even the COO at that time. So the issue of my former, my PA, it has nothing to do with me, Toby de Kumalo. It was the GCO, including the HR. In any case, at the SABC, when you appoint people, there are governance here. You have HR. HR are the custodian of salary increment, including appointments. I have never appointed one.
All right. So you have not been involved in any irregular appointments. I'm reminded of the Public Protector report that stated very categorically that the SABC has lost millions of rands because whether you may have appointed them regularly or irregularly, if we put that aside, you purged people. So you pushed people out during your tenure at the SABC, and the SABC had to foot the bill for those actions.
Who are those people?
Well, the Public Protector's report is there. You saw it. You were implicated in it.
But you see, that is where the problem is. I went for disciplinary hearing. People who went for my disciplinary hearing, one of them, your colleague here, Montlanyane Dipoko, said, no, I have never been there in that office of the Public Protector. I have never talk to the Public Protector. People were mobilizing to lie about Hlaudi.
Did you take the report on review?
No, I didn't.
Why didn't you?
No, look, the advice from my lawyers, don't take the report to for review because it has nothing to do with you.
But
let me tell you, the court, Western Cape High Court, says those remedial action, they are not binding on Hlaudi. What is binding for the SABC? It was for the SABC to take me to disciplinary hearing. Because why the public protector said I should go for disciplinary hearing is because so that all these allegations, SABC can be able to prove those allegations, because he did not do the whole work to finalize whatever. That is the reason why he said I should go
the
for
public
hearing.
protector's report stands and her recommendations stand because you did not take it on review.
Not on
when
me.
she says that Hlaudi Motsoeneng has cost this organization millions of rands because he purged people, you don't think that speaks to you?
No, it is malicious.
No, but you didn't take it on review. You didn't challenge it.
No. Here, Sakina, I'm talking about the facts. Leave what the public protector says.
Are you saying those are not factual?
Are not factual.
But you can't say that. If you felt so strongly, Mr. Motsoeneng, you need to take that report on review, otherwise it stands. Your word is not going to actually trump that of the public protector, unfortunately. It doesn't work that way.
Unfortunately, Sakina, you see, don't push what you want to push. Just take the facts. Leave what your perception and your views about the public protector.
It's not my views.
No. Here's the issue. The public protector said I shall go for disciplinary hearing. The reason why she said that is because so that all these allegations, they can be proven there. It's an SABC matter. They were supposed to take me to disciplinary hearing. You see, he didn't say, no, go and do this. On Hlaudi, I'm talking about specific the issues. It was supposed to be a disciplinary hearing. That is what the public protector says.
We got a lot to talk about, so let me just bottom line this by saying to you, Mr. Motsoeneng, you are entitled to your own views. You're not entitled to your own facts. And the public report, the public protector's report is very clear on what she believes you did wrong. And unless and until you take that report on review, that stands. But I want to move on to other governance issues. Let's talk about fruitless and wasteful expenditure at the SABC. Again, you were accused of a whole litany of things that you had done wrong here at the SABC. You wanted to touch on those governance issues further. Do go ahead.
No, but talk about fruitless expenditure.
Well, a lot of things that were done under your purview. Okay, we can take a look at starting with something that accrued to you personally, where you increased, well, you said it was not you, but your salary was increased by just under R1 million. I think it was 912,000 rand in 1 year. In the same year when SABC revenue streams were under pressure, your salary was increased by R1 million. Let's start there. Explain to us what happened there.
Look, salary increment has nothing to do with Hlaudi. No. Let me tell you, it has nothing to do with Hlaudi. Salary increment, all my salary increment, it was people who I report to. It has nothing to do with Hlaudi. But let me talk about the financials of the SABC. You see, this report here, if you look, and I'm talking about the facts here, since I have been here at the SABC, you talk about billions. Since I have been here at the SABC, you talk about billions. This current board, you talk about 130 million. They have been here more than a year. 130 million. The reason why they are running away is because they don't know how to deal with the issues at the SABC. They don't understand this animal called the SABC.
What issues?
What I'm saying to you, here are the books. Just check the books of the SABC. When I have been here, you talk about billions in the bank cash. When you talk about them, you talk about 130 million. The reason why they are saying they can't pay the workers now is because they don't know how to run the business. You see, when you come to an organization, I spoke about 2 legs, governance and financials. What they did, they focus on governance, forgetting this leg that is very critical, the financials health of the SABC. If they balance the two, SABC will be at the right point.
What was the financial position of the SABC when you left it? What was the liquidity position of the SABC?
Here, check.
But you
it's
you
more
went
than
through it. Tell
800
me.
million.
800 million
and
when you left.
600 million.
When was that? Which year? Which year was that?
I left SABC in 2016. The finances are here. You can check here. I mean, I think you have done your research also. When I left the SABC, it was 881 million audited financials by AG. So how do I get in? I leave you with money, and you come, you said, Hlaudi, mess up the money when I left you with money. What happened with this money?
Okay, how much money did you leave the SABC with in real terms? I'm talking about real terms. I'm not talking, don't say to me we had these reserves, because remember, there was against the backdrop of a 400 million rand loss
Sakina,
that was recorded in 2015.
No.
So yes, please read to me.
No.
What was the position when you left?
Read here. So that, I don't want to read, because I want you to read, because it seems as you don't listen what I'm saying to you.
I am listening very carefully. That's why I'm putting it to you.
Yeah, no.
Just read the number. Read the number.
Look, let me tell you. Remember, I started at the SABC in 2011 as the acting COO. Acting COO 2011. And the amount in the bank now, I'm going to give you exactly the amount in 2011. In 2011, 2012, it was 1.2 billion. 2012, 2013, 1.7 billion. 2013, 14. This one is very critical. Is when I influenced the board. It was 1.4 billion now. When I influenced the board to pay government guarantee. And let me deal with the government guarantee. In the SABC, I said, there is no way that SABC should run to government for guarantee. Because when we came, some of us, SABC, it was disclaimer, the man was around 160, 200, 400 million. In my era, we took SABC to billion, more than billion every year, consistency. So, and these are the numbers. These numbers, they can't lie, and they are audited by the AG.
So 2015.
You want to look at 2015? Let me check. 2015. 2015, it was 1.2 billion. And then 2016, it was 881. So I left the money with you.
881
million. 81. I left the money. But let me tell you.
Hold on. Before you tell me. Did the SABC ever register a loss during your tenure?
You see, I don't know what will be lost, because you should tell me. Remember, I left the SABC. I don't want to talk from...
It means the SABC was losing money. It means that we had more expenses than we had money.
No, look, let me just give you an example. We spent more than 100 million for the funeral of our Hlaudi Nelson Mandela from the SABC coffers. In your view, and other people, they will say it's a loss. For me, it is not a loss. It was very important. No. It's
important, but you cannot conflate the two issues. Whether that is important from a public service perspective is one thing. However, the financial situation is completely another thing. No. So I'm asking you...
It was not a loss. Let me
So what was what was it?
It was not a loss. We spent money for the public interest to make sure that the funeral of Hlaudi Mandela is covered by the SABC. It is not a loss.
So during your tenure, SABC never made a loss?
No, I can't say it has never made, but I'm just giving...
but you were reading the financials to me, Mr. Motsoeneng.
The financials of the SABC.
Yes. So I asked you a very specific question. Has the SABC ever registered a loss in its financials during your tenure?
I don't regard any loss as long as you invest that money in the public interest.
Okay, so that is your view once again. As I said, you are entitled to your view, but not to your facts, because the facts speak differently.
No. When you talk about, I have given the facts about the money at the SABC. No, Sakina, understand. You see, it seems as even yourself, you don't understand the financials. Let me now give you free education and your current leadership. Here's free education. You see, you have what you call cycle at the SABC. You see, if you have 800 million and 81, you close the book, it's March. What you need to do in that quarter, you must make sure that you recover whatever, so that you stick in that 800 million, you also generate more revenue, so that at least you stick at around 1 billion. I'm saying to you, I left SABC with this money. So you as SABC employees, and I want to tell you, you as SABC employees, when I came here, SABC, they were retrenching 800 people. I'm the one who went to the board, the chairperson in Ngobani, to say, chairperson, I have my own views about this matter. You can't retrench people. Let me make sure that I go and get money. I get money for SABC. I have been fundraising money for the SABC. The reason why you are still employed at the SABC is because I have been raising money for the SABC. So, but I can't give you the details how I did this.
Okay.
Because that was my strategy.
I don't think we're going to meet each other,
yes,
Mr. Motsoeneng, because you have your views, you have your story on those financials,
but
and
these
you are
stories
sticking
are not
to
my stories.
You are sticking to your story on the financials.
These are not my stories. These are SABC financials here.
Yeah, we're not going to get anywhere with that, because you have your view and you're sticking to it. But let's talk about some of the things that I've always wanted to ask you about. For example, some of the decisions you made as COO here at the SABC. Why did you decide that the SABC needed to pay musicians
Good.
50,000 rand?
Good question. That is not an SABC money. That is the money that I went all out and raised that money for the artist. You see, that's why I was saying to you, SIU and SABC, they are dealing with issues that they don't know. You see, in any case, a leadership, when you arrive in an organization, you go and ask the previous board to give you information, what we call handover.
Yeah, but so, you are here now, you're providing us clarity.
I'm giving you.
Yeah.
The 5 million, I raise, hey, I have been doing wonderful for SABC. Okay. No, let me tell you.
We don't have time. I'm trying to just nudge you along.
But I raise 20 million for the SABC for elections, which treasury, government, remember, elections is government. They should fund the
One
elections.
issue at a time. Let's talk to the musicians. Let's talk to the musicians.
No. Again, I'm giving you the background. It is important because you, SABC, you have never called me to come and deal with these issues.
Yes.
It is important for me to deal with these issues.
But don't go to elections. Let's talk to the musicians. Let's start there.
Okay.
We're talking about that.
Let me talk about musicians.
Yes.
I raise money for the musicians. This is not an SABC money. I promoted SABC for the purpose of marketing, to say, because I'm here, these people are playing, we have been playing their music. And remember, there was a Judge Falam Commission. Judge Falam Commission says that no, artists should be paid the royalties, but from 2006, which means all those legends before 2006, they could not get anything. And I'm on record, even when I raised that money, to say, let us raise money. I'm going to raise money so that at least I can reward their legends. That money, it was not an SABC. I raised money.
Did you raise it under the auspices of the SABC, though?
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
No.
It matters.
I raise money because SABC is using music of this artist. I don't apologize on these issues.
I'm not asking you to apologize.
It is not SABC money.
But we're talking about what is right and what is wrong.
There is nothing wrong.
Did you raise that money under the auspices of the SABC?
When I raise money personally.
So you didn't raise it
personally? No. It was not part of my job.
Did it go into the SABC books?
Yes.
So
it enters it. No. But it is the money that I raise. You should be very happy.
No, Mr. Motsoeneng. I mean, listen to yourself. Listen to what you are saying. You go out there into the marketplace, you raise money under the auspices of the SABC, money that gets paid into the coffers of the SABC, and then you go and you pay musicians. But I'm asking you.
No. But it's not SABC money.
It is SABC money when you raise it under the auspices of the SABC and it goes into
when
SABC
I raise money,
coffers.
I give the reason why I want money. It was not SABC money. That is what you want. You don't want the truth. You see, Sakina, if you don't want to the truth, people are not stupid of South Africa. I have done wonderful for South Africans. And you should be shamed. Anyone who says that, no, I was not supposed to raise funding for the SABC. It is not an SABC money.
Yeah, you did raise the funding for the SABC, as you just said. You raised it for the musicians, but you used the SABC name and platform
so
to
that
raise
I can
that money.
market and promote SABC, so that even investors, people of South Africa, because they pay tax, they can be excited to say this SABC cares for the people of South Africa.
All right. Again,
I don't regret.
You are entitled to your view. I will never deny you that. Let's talk about the 90%, the 90-10 decision that you made that also proved financially disastrous for the SABC.
You see, disasters because people, they don't know how to run an SABC. There is nothing disaster, my dear. Let me tell you, the problem, if you are leadership, you focus on the problems, you become a problem. Like yourself now, you are focusing on the problems. I mean, you don't even see this good news of empowering people. I mean, immediately when your mind is this problem, you think problems, you'll never go anywhere. The reason why SABC can't go anywhere is because of their thinking, because they don't even have strategy. And let me tell you, for the first time in the SABC, I mean, there was Bafana, sports rights. There was a rugby. Everything was done during my time. I mean, no one can deny that. For the first time now, people can't even on radio. They can't even listen to what do you call it, sports. They can't watch soccer because of leadership that they don't know how to handle issues.
You see, Mr. Motsoeneng, there are people who would say it is precisely because of your thinking that the SABC is where it is
Sakina,
today.
Just pause there. You see, when we came here, example, I said to you, there was no Bafana live on television. Ne? There were problems when I came here. We sorted out those problems. When I was here, everything was running smooth.
It was
How
running.
do you blame someone when I'm outside?
Because the repercussions of your actions,
there are no repercussions.
the consequences of your actions are being felt right now.
My dear.
We are sitting here in a studio, Mr. Motsoeneng. You know the studio next door, Studio 11, that the SABC cannot use. It's standing there. It's a white elephant because of, once again, the consequences of deals entered into by yourself that has rendered the SABC in a very difficult financial position. And I'm sure, once again, you know what the SIU report was on that. But let's take a break and we'll come back and in conversation with Mr. Hlaudi Motsoeneng this morning. And we're talking about all things SABC.